Yeah, he's owning pretty hard. Excalibur though will be going for this time. It's not Excalibur, sorry. Duriaccio. I don't even know how to say his name, but the Troll Warlord in this case. Duriaccio. We'll be going the SNY, so very, very standard. If he feels like he needs a BKB, I assume that will be afterwards. If not, then straight to Satanic, maybe even Abyssal. Feels like there's very little wiggle room in terms of building Troll Warlord. I've seen some diffusals, sometimes a Maelstrom. It's not as common, I don't feel like, but aside from that, not much wiggle room.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff win.
But he hit against Scotty.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
More fuel for my fire.
That's a good one, yeah. I'm not sure.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Well,
Dire's top tower is
so
under
why
attack.
do you say that? Because I think theoretically speaking, it should affect it, but I don't think it does as well, just because it's a weird spell.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge.
It should, doesn't status resistance just affect all debuffs? Yeah. Well, I mean, there was the longest time, and you're gonna have to correct me where I'm wrong here, because I haven't tested in a while, but I remember the first like 3 years of Dota 2, static link would go through Lincolns, and it just baffled me why that was, and it was because in Dota 1, there was this old, I guess, where you could click it on the ground, target the closest unit. So I'm assuming Lincoln's does not work, but it's been years, so. Against the, yeah, I would assume so. As it should. Yeah, not surprising.
Faces a stiff win.
But yeah, it's always been like one of those weird spells that it feels like there's a lot of bugs with. But hey, this is 10 years later, so it should be fine. So yeah, status resistance. Oh, great.
Radiant's bottom tower
Terrific. I am a robot.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Oh, he's gonna get lassoed up, and he's dead, Cinder. Am I still a robot? Excellent. Very good.
Under attack.
How bad is the robot? Is it like Terminator bad? Or Ex Machina, which you don't even know the reference because you don't watch freaking movies that are amazing.
Is about to take the plunge.
No, I don't watch that. Roshan is dead. Turns out Troll Warlord's pretty good against that little guy, huh?
Has fallen to the Dire.
Great analysis. So, Bait down 5k and now down in Aegis. What way can they get back in this game, Cinder? They're not like horribly behind or anything like that. Uh-oh. Excalibur is gonna pop his Dark Pact. A lot of trouble. He gets LSA'd invisibly and just gets bursted down. Unbelievable. 6k net worth lead now for Team Spirit.
Come, come.
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, getting lassoed up. Does have his blade mail, does have the very important essence ring, Cinderin, but he's dead anyway. My ping to the voice is not great, but I'm not lagging anywhere else, so hopefully it's okay for you. God, I hope so. Well, Excalibur is about 700-800 away from finishing his BKB, which he desperately needs at this point.
They're trying to bring down Radiant's top tower. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
Originally, bait was smoked. Now Team Spirit is. Oh, they're going to initiate onto poor Dendi. He's already basically dead. Pops the BKB. Might limp away. It's going to be very close. He does get away. The Soulbind was forced out from the Grimstroke. Which one? The double... yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's pretty sexy. Well, Team Spirit's in a very, very, very good position. I mean, if you look at Dendi right now, his farm is just... all he has is a BKB. So his damage is 100% reliant on who he steals it from. And, I mean, his farm right now, he's basically like an offlane hero, for all aspects. Oh, Excalibur. My goodness. Inkswell is upon him. Yeah, he needs this this Solar Crest applied to him constantly. Team Spirit still have this Aegis, and of course they have the troll, so they can push very, very fast. See if bait can mount. I have yet to see that yet. I mean, he still has Aegis, and they're just going to get a free rack, so they might get the Aegis here, which it looks like they will. A lot of damage was stolen from by Dendi. Can they protect their troll, or will he die inside this sprout? They're going to initiate upon him. Of course, Oracle still has False Promise after all this, so not even remotely close to getting the kill. Oh, they're going to try to fight, but here comes the Rolling Thunder. Beautifully done. LSA connects on Slark, who's still invisible thanks to his ult. He's going to get lassoed very shortly after, though. Can they burst him down? Indeed, they do, and it's a 5v4 in the favor of Team Spirit, and it looks like Dendi is next. Big Echo Slam. Can they actually follow this up with any extra damage? It cost the Pango his life, but it looks like Team Spirit is just going to clean up for all intents and purposes. 2 dead. Earthshaker looks to be very, very close to being next. 2 for 2. They do lose the Troll Warlord in all of this, as Nature's Prophet in the back. It looks like his TP is going to get canceled. He did a lot of damage. Will taunt and will die. Very important to get that taunt up. But all said, Cinderin, it was a 4 for 2. I don't know if there was any buybacks. Don't think so. But they already lost the racks as well.
Money to burn.
Yeah.
Precious bounty.
What are your... So, what are your thoughts on Ags this game for Slark? We've seen, like, when Ags was first introduced to be this ridiculous leap, it was picked up literally every game. I think a lot of the games were like second item, but since the nerf, it wasn't that heavy of a nerf, but maybe teams just got used to playing around it. I feel like it's been not as highly coveted. What are your thoughts on Ags for him? he's gonna get lassoed the Slark, and Excalibur is just dead like that. And Bait are now forced to run away. Echo Slam is not available as of yet. Dendi's gonna attempt to TP away, but he just gets right-clicked down by the Lina. My goodness, the damage on her is redonkulous. 3 for nothing. And this just might be GG. 15k net worth lead. I like how you just pick up on the conversation. Okay.
Radiant's top tower just got to see Radiant's top barriers fall.
Really tight, Hunter. Radiant's bottom tower has rung its last bell. Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen.
Right. Well, this is going to be... Yep, I agree. Well, he's going to force... or he's going to have to use his BKB, as this is the last Rax that remains. Rolling Thunder was used. Looks like Pango might get caught off. He's going to get Silence and Soulbind onto 2, but they're at a decent distance away. The Excalibur is the only one able to get any damage. Back in the Brimstone, who just died. Again, this looks like Megan said. Earthshaker's taken out from afar. The lasso onto the Nature's Prophet, who does not have buyback this time around. BKB by Den, who dies instantly. Ergon is hitting pretty freaking hard. Not gonna lie, his GGs are called. So game 1 to Team Spirit in a pretty big stomp after like 5 minutes.
留住人。
是，
龙血有跳了。
主要感觉是辉耀比较脆吧，他万一真的有点被集火了，容易死。
这里中路找到一个拉比克，但拉比克大口魔棒吃完了，第一时间没死啊，还有一个我没啃，把技能放出来。VS 一个锤，龙骑变龙过来接一个多，这个小控是真的多，控到死了马尔斯。
有来有回这个源头。但其实这个经济就牛逼前面经济优势现在算是稳住了吧，就没有再拉开了。
对的，工资球。
嗯。火猫这把太惨了，他这块的视野一直没有返回来，然后我们看一下，因为这个视野做的都在哪儿呀？
在对面，
都在对面，然后还有一个上路塔后的，还比较进攻性的。
进攻性很强，其实也照亮了很多视野。
是的，也照亮了，只不过现阶段没什么用。
现在别人在进攻，
对，
没有防守眼，看不着人，在自己家野区刷钱非常危险。
是火猫在上路这块地方已经死了2次了吧？就这块地方一直没有视野。
因为他们这阵容也不好打进攻呀。4号位火枪现在偏防守一点，这里找到一个 AC 插住，但用户要开出来了。19个魔棒 ，VS 换一下魔棒一吃，大血还有7秒，看伤害够不够，差不多，AC 秒了，所以乌鸦一个是乌鸦大再弹起来。龙骑这边血量也不多，这波人多打人少，
而且龙骑
漂亮，机会啊！这个就是巫妖大和马尔斯大配合起来的，这伤害还是挺可观的。
是的，正巧了，对面那个大招没有。
哎，这波经济直接打回来了。
对的，就是感觉前面牛逼的优势，他一直没有把这个经济拉开。就可惜的是，Ehome这边打盾太慢了，不然他们刚刚这波打赢了是可以打盾的。就现在他们这个阵容目前不太好控盾。牛逼这边开团最好是自己大招都有吧，感觉少一个都不太行。
这盘感觉，牛逼这边龙骑也得像之前老的年梅玉那么出装，就是走输出路线。因为他另外2个大哥其实偏工具人 ，NEC 是一个持续性输出的英雄，就他除了大招那一波爆发之后，他后续的输出就是很慢的那样。
对的，就如果说 NEC 大招像前面那个情况斩了个巫妖，但是巫妖是一丝血没死，那他的大招没有发挥出作用的话，输出就不够了。
龙骑得留一点。
是他这边换了个推推棒，可能前面还是觉得那个逃生上面有一点不够。
换成推和后边莲花了。
是又变成工具了，变成工具人了。
说了这英雄真的你不知道出什么，提升就在那儿。
主要他这把先出了大血，我就觉得出辉耀这把就已经太拖了。如果第一个做辉耀，我觉得比较顺的情况下，第一个做辉耀我觉得可以，因为还是偏向有一点点打钱的这个作用。推推主要是防一个被 ICA 误住了嘛，到时候技能放不出来。然后的话，感觉西瓦是挺不错的。然后他出这个莲花的话，反正后面看吧。他现在只放着，不一定要出的。
这里开了5枪，巫妖好像要撞枪口了。但是巫妖撞枪口就是最好的结果。
对，
马尔斯撞他。
马尔斯。完了，
破雾，他们这个线上的眼看到了。
对，没有那个左边那块的视野。哇，这个线上的眼还是比较难反的，好像是没反到。他们知道有眼，
在自己家门口插了眼，这个是怎么反呀？
对，一般来说插这边嘛，但是天辉是插在了那个路上，就不是很容易被反到。他插2个针眼都没有找到。火猫这把是有点惨，身上只有一个大骨灰，
快 A 了。这盘往后打，我感觉牛逼没那么好打。
是。
打到后边，因为 龙骑如果不走那种暴力输出路线的话，就有点像3个工具人啊。
是，就是前面他那个节奏断了，然后他的经济领先没有持续下去，就不是很好，因为他这个阵容最好就是打快节奏。过来端住，不能开车。
马尔斯应该是直接被卖了，这个位置对位救不了，直接一个斩杀。
哎，
但是拉比克是被偷了，被 SA 一个人给单杀了。这盘是出了一个狂战，单刀狂战。
对，
拖后了，因为前面说实话刚不过，对面这个团战爆起来中期太强了。
蔡老师是比较喜欢去补这个狂战的，上回我看也是狂战。
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Radiant's courier just drowned in a pool of blood.
又要来到了肉山的嘛，这个马尔斯40秒，他们又有减甲，感觉又有龙可以控这个盾哎。
第一时间来就控了，但现在算了。现在来控，他们打的也不算特别快，而且龙快没了。
他如果第一时间来打这个盾，他们其实打的来得及的，就吼一下，然后每个人过来打，应该是来得及打的。
然后滚滚还有祭品。
对啊。因为这把就是牛逼这个阵容，前面打的厉害，然后盾又好控，一直拖下去，到时候这个火枪变成大哥，到时候他们就变成4核了，就不是很妙了。
往后打能打的前提建立在牛逼是经济优势呀，他们刚才那波团输了，经济就已经变劣势了。是
的，经济劣势就
这往后拖就不好打了。
因为对面那个火枪它有这个转核的资本嘛。
主要是他这个几个核心里提升最大的是龙骑，但龙骑现在也没有那么多经济去转输出，而且看他出装也是正常的那种出。
BKB 嘛，他好像在做 BKB。
是的，就不够贪。
火枪已经 A 仗了，感觉慢慢的要进入Ehome节奏了。
因为打到
给他混出来了，
打到后边牛逼的输出就有点是个问题了，就大家都有点软。前面靠技能输出差不多就够了。
是的，主要还是前面处理的不是很完美，有一些瑕疵，然后给对面找到一些机会。讲道理我是觉得Newbee的前期那个优势是可以保持的。
这个阶段他们打团应该还是优势啊，
就看 NEC 这个大能不能斩死人了。如果斩空就没辙。
这里直接被先手了。开悟把 AC 先手秒了 ，AC 能买，第一时间没有选择买活，车没开出来，被凝视了一手，还想开车又被火枪一个1.8秒晕给晕住，再开车再被扎住，这个车没滚出来，这波是被先手秒了一个关键点。
VS 当时想救，但是太远了。
我觉得从这波往后就后边开始打团可能也不好打。
是的。现在经济已经有落后了，
经验你看落后很多呀，1万了已经。
对的。
刚才这波就是因为他们团队装多嘛，然后现在也没有说到他们的阵容的乏力期。如果是5v5阶段还能接，但是被先手秒了一个，别人经济现在领先，再控个盾，后边的牛逼就不好打了。节奏慢了，可能是被这个 SA 火猫带线给带了，有点散啊。因为他们本身这种奶推应该是龙骑有龙就推他，有龙就推他。现在 SA 带了个盾，而且这盘 SA 出狂战这个经济很好。这盘那个出装没什么问题，因为他出闪失前面也打不过。对，一开始的思路就是大家带线，把人带闪，守不了的塔就放，然后打后期。
Comforting rune of regeneration.
拖住嘛，就是没什么问题。哎。
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
现在一般如果是打4，出到 A 仗之后会补什么？就是4号位火枪。像以前打大哥有那种什么 A 仗什么出圣剑的这种说法啊，4号位应该不会吧？
不是 A 仗出圣剑那会儿 A 仗跟现在又不一样。
是的，那会儿嘛，那会儿是打大哥会出圣剑，现在4号位火枪就 A 仗之后
A 仗就是尽头了呀，后边他要补羊刀，这个也太豪华了。
羊刀，
我觉得补个推推
有梦想，对我也感觉有点梦想。
正常其实补推推这种就是救人的装备嘛，你就当一个4号位打呀。
是。 以前反正是大哥我见过，就是那种，也不能说是法系吧，就是那种，反正天赋点一下，然后再加上他的 A 杖，再出个圣剑。
就 A 杖圣剑靠大招打伤害的。
然后后来就可以，后来就有那种出个什么刃甲针对一下的也有啊。
Under attack.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Dire's bottom tower won't last.
发现了个龙骑，而且还是变过龙的。看一下这个龙是刚变的，
是的，
直接动手，但是自己被举了。
投了个雾。
这里马尔斯，哎呦，这
还好有
个
推，
墙还没竖起来的时候能推出去的，推走了，这样巫妖要被卖。但是他把大甩出来，而且两个人还抬起来了，这波回头反打。 先偷的一个 VS，
1换1
，SA 有盾啊，不是特别慌。
火毛赶过来，
来了，有大骨灰的火毛
全在
，KB 第一波直接先切这个好切的拉比克，
取消了，去后边了。
拉比克被杀掉之后，这个具有留住了一个滚滚，再一个矛，这个矛是没有杀到树上。刚才是谁给了一个补刀斧吗？
好像是的，他
本来是有棵树的啊。
是的，就
很细。
我看他树是没有了，可能砍掉了吗？ 宝石，这是
这不是对面的呀？
是对面的吗？我是拉比克的宝石吗？
应该是。
刚刚死的那个位置，掉那个位置好像是拉比克的宝石。
哦，一个推吗？
他推了一下啊，他帮队友推了一下。
应该是刚才一个推，刚好把那个树推断了。
因为你现在砍树好像只有那个 SC 的狂战可以砍。
公过有补刀斧，但是他第一时间没拉上来，好像。当时，所以就是应该是这个推把树推了，不然就扎住了。
是的。 看一下，那 EC 他买了个板甲，他还是要出那个莲花吗？
可以。
还是说出个那个冰甲？
这出啥也不是特别关键，有点打不了了。
主要是看龙骑出啥吧，好像。
对，就龙骑如果走那种高富帅路线，这盘还能打；如果是走正常的偏工具人的路线，是真的打不了。
是他这个出装就是，如果说大哥配一个物理的那个，就是能打物理输出的那个站桩盒，好像还行。
是的。
但是配的是个 NEC 就不太行，就感觉是2个2号位，有点像2个2号位在打，然后而且是偏工具的那种2号位，不是那种刷钱的。
这个主要 NEC 垃圾就垃圾在，
没视野，
没啥提升。
这 VSD 谁没有吼？
把人留住了，看下队友离得远不远啊？这个位置 VS 是直接死了，不能买活。火毛 BKB 一开 ，NEC 这边被跟住了。这里 NEC 回头一个大是斩了个巫妖，龙骑的 BKB 时间也快结束了。火毛飞上来配合队友 ，SA 给一个雾，滚滚走不动，滚滚被扣死了。然后火枪一个晕又留住了龙骑，龙骑没 BKB 被贴了个大骨灰，也很脆啊。龙骑也
火毛甚至还想再留人，但是他没有魂了，
没魂了，他没出的 A 杖。
哎，马尔斯冲来，哎，这个
再一个晕，
能不能走上去？走不动，
被幽魂护罩结束了，
有点厉害。
真的打不了，就是没输出了啊。
是的，是的。牛逼前面没处理好啊，不然这局还是有机会的前边。
他们应该节奏很快，就是有变龙一直推，然后靠他们中期这个团队装和 NEC 的强力奶。
那个时候Ehome战斗力根本不够的。
但是拖到后边，再加上现在又变成Ehome经济领先，然后自己这边1、2、3全是工具人，不知道谁打伤害。
感觉都在想着队友给点力，我就打个控制的那种感觉。就他们1、2、3都有稍微有一个人独留一点就好了，就稍微独留一点，不然后期真的一点指望都没有。
但 NEC 留不了 ，NEC 这个英雄，你再给他一个装备，他也没太大区别。
对他再留就是先出，他要是留一点就是先出辉耀啊，然后他出了辉耀之后，他其实会比现在肥一点，但是他的输出上限还是不是很高。打出他的物理输出。
是的，龙骑和滚滚是有机会输出提升的高一点。
对，滚滚的话，像什么 A 杖的提升啊，他这个
棒啊什么的，这种都有的。
对的，他要么就是他的那个一技能提升，然后还有就是他的 A 杖，然后开大的时候那个刺比较有提升。
完了，这边 SAS 掏出否决了。
哎呦，好疼啊！
随便杀了已经。
这把拉比克真是被盯着扣。滚滚是补了个跳，其实大家都是在打控。滚滚也是笛子、祭品、跳刀打这个团队装打控制，然后龙骑又是 BKB， 然后战鼓又是一个团队的打控制的。NEC 也是要往着什么莲花之类的走的话，也是打个工具人，所以他们打到后期确实是输出不足啊。
出装没问题啊，这开局就说了就是这么出的，但是中期节奏不对的。
就是他出的是
一个人就直接扣，这怎么？
还有2个人都要被扣死吗？
哎，但这波 SA 自己会有危险，给了一个盾，让龙骑开始刮痧啊，不掉血，真不掉血。
真的有个冰盾。
这里火毛是想找机会限制后排，8秒 BKB 还没开，龙骑 BKB 一枚直接死了，
狙了一个，
狙到了 NEC， 打不了。恭喜Ehome先拿下 BO3的第1局啊！这盘确实刷入到后期就基本上没有牛逼什么事儿。
是的。
装备的选择上，其实从开局就说了 ，NEC 出大鞋，然后滚滚出祭品和笛子，这个是我觉得没问题啊。问题在于他们出了这个团队装，你不抓着对面打，不尽可能的。
Click up on Mac. Still gonna be finishing up that Radiance, but shouldn't take too long. Still, I do worry for Droid. The timings are definitely off. And if Geek Fam keep applying this pressure, then you'll always see this issue coming up for a Droid. And one of the things with the Alk as well, right? He's a gold sink. So you're investing all of your net worth into the Alk. If it doesn't pay off, then you're stuck with a gold sink that's really not doing anything for you.
Well, you've got to ask how much longer like this Alchemist can go on like this. We never see this.
Oh.
16 minutes in, he's still behind, and now Raven, he's gonna find it. Matt, he's still doesn't have the range. He can't afford to die like this, but he gets caught out and he does die. Okay, so now it's at least 17 minutes before the Radiance, more than likely 18. This is
It's like
Just like yours.
yeah, it's problematic, John.
the aggression from Geek Fam is the exact counterplay to this kind of draft from a Droid. We expected so much more space coming out from this Lycan. We expected so many more saves from CML. They're just never there when they need to be around Mac. So Mac is just suffering hard for it, and they still have never punished Raven. You know, Terrorblade has weaknesses in the lane that we have seen teams really force out. Raven has had a free time. 1-0, 3 assists, all the farm in the world. has his man style up, is working towards that BKB. Once the BKB is up, you have really no hope of just killing off Raven anymore.
They do go for the Roshan. If Mac's gonna die, they may as well give him a second life. I believe it will probably go, who do you give it to? Like, you don't want to give it to the Lycan because he won't have wolf form after his death. You don't really want to give it to Mac because he's not doing anything yet. But it looks like Mac has freed up the slot, so he is the one taking it. It seems like they're just more denying the Aegis away from Geek Fam.
It does look that way. I think that's what they're trying to go for. They can't really fight in the pit if Geek Fam chose to force it out. They're just going to be going for it themselves. First, you take a look at Mac, right? After that, Radiance, he's going to be going for the BKB next, which should mitigate a lot of that control Geek Fam has. I don't think he's going to be big enough in the Alk to really stand there and fight, especially when you consider what Raven has. Like, that BKB is not going to be stopping the physical damage output of Raven, and it is really high as long as he has his Metamorphosis up. So there are still issues with the timing here. There's still a 1k advantage in Geek Fam. Never something you want to see when you're in Alk. You know, you don't want to be even. You don't want to be behind when you're running the Alk. You want to be 15k ahead at this point in the game, or at least 5k at 17. You know, that's a reasonable amount for the Alk. We're not there. So Geek Fam is very happy with the state of the game. They've really managed to find every single kill they'd want. They have slowed down the pace of a droid, and Adroit's just not finding the success they need. Like, the push we're seeing from Natsumi is just not great. He takes one tier 1, that's it. There's nothing else on the map they've taken away from Geek Fam.
Dire's courier!
That's good.
Get better.
So Mac's got a second life. That's a positive.
Do anything in his first life anyway. It's like, okay, it's
I mean, longer survivability.
Yeah, like, his team had around him. That's the key part. Like, every single time he's isolated, and for this Aegis to work, you have to have everyone around you.
Oh, Newbee gets jumped off. They just want to take out some chances. But Voltron is committed. She's underneath the same storm. Wyman, he will drop. Bob with the front on target, but Carl zips out. They do manage to eventually get that T1 mid tower as well, but Cuckoo is thinking about trying to find a jewel. Still doesn't have a blink dagger, however. And while they're making that push, the good news is our Radiance is up.
Yeah, you've got the Radiance at last and Mac. A bit faster. He can have a little bit more presence in these fights. Not quite ready to just join up on these team fights, but certainly a lot harder to kind of pick off now. But, you know, from those kills before, Carl already had the Bloodstone, so he's built up in that. They clear out the dominated creep as well from the Enchantress, and Geek Fam's still looking pretty steady. Again, you still have a Netford advantage on Raven. You are seeing Max start to rack it up. Geek Fam has to keep playing aggressive. See, that's the one thing as well. We're talking about the droid being behind, but Geek Fam needs to maintain that aggression. They do smoke up. They're going to try to find something.
Oh, they have Metamorphosis and they have a Mantra on Raven. He's hitting very, very hard. Still at the top of the net worth board, by the way, on that Terror Blade. They're going to run straight into Bob. It's not really the target they'd like, but they'll have to take it, it seems. The snowball will come out. Bob trying to run. Rolling won't be there in time. Raven attacking creeps right now. You've got to attack the hero. He does eventually get it. Again, it's not really the target they want, but it does force Mac out of the triangle. So yeah, this is all time he's just not farming.
They deny that area from a droid, which is still pretty nice, and they might find more if they're not careful.
They just want the bounties, it seems. The Geek Fam is very good at this, at denying most of the bounties.
Blown away.
Okay.
He was in wolf form as well, just chased down by the storm. Way more mana than you'd expect with that Bloodstone. I believe he was just farming that top jungle and trying to chip away at that tier 2. Doesn't pay off. It's coming out onto CML.
Well, he tried to go for the bounty, and they knew he would. Fate's edict, only going to delay the inevitable. Grumpy he forces it off. But the jewel comes out. They were waiting on Cuckoo.
Storm was coming.
things get from bad to worse if you are a droid. Mac even taking the tomb now to hit that level 15 mark.
You never want to see
good
that.
sign. Yeah, never.
That's how far behind a droid's playing from. And you look at the scoreboard, sure, Geek Fam, 1k lead, that's not too bad. But it's against an Alk. That might as well be a 10k lead at this point because of how the Alk works. And there's just so much more ground here a droid has to try to recover. I think they have to play together. You know, they've got to try to find something. They've got to bait in Geek Fam to fight their Alk while they have their Oracle around. And if they can get that done, they might be able to win.
They're going for a smoke. They are going to find Carl. If they can keep him stunned up, to be amazing. Cuckoo is trying to run in and press the attack, and he will eventually. Carl, he cannot get the zip off in time. Great kill. Bok trying to chase down Zephyr now. Zephyr again with a nice shot, but they are still going to continue with this chase. Turns up, 40 is going to be there. Zephyr's still running away, but they get the company out. Still, Raven is coming in now. He does want to be available. Raven, he does have metal, but there's also him stuck in that static storm. Now it will continue going up to CMO, but CMO will be perfectly. And it's going to be the one in trouble. He needs to get out what they do, ends up killing off Natsumi. Why is Matt here? I believe Matt probably should be farming somewhere right now.
I'm not sure why he decided to join in right after Natsumi dies. Just a lot that, well, you know, overall, a droid does kind of win out in that fight. They only drop Natsumi. They do manage to find the Storm. They do manage to find 2 supports. So they do earn a little bit of gold back. That is definitely time where Natsumi should just be farming up. I believe he is flying out his BKB. So there is some presence here from the Alk now. He can stand in the fight. He doesn't need to worry about any of those tools. The Aegis does expire in the end, but there's a smoke from Geek Fam.
Oh, this is perfect timing from Geek Fam. They knew the Aegis was going to expire, and they do spot out Matt. The glimpse is there. He needs to pop the BKB.
Oh,
he does.
no.
That's a 10-second charge gone. Matt is having one of the roughest games I've ever seen. Like, it's not exactly his fault, right? He's just playing his hero the way it's meant to be played.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But they are getting everything out of this Alchemist.
Yeah, they definitely are. They've slowed down Mac to the point where he's just so far. I say he's so far behind. Again, he's a 1k behind, but that's an Alk. We see this every single time. When an Alk is 1k behind, it might as well be 10. And Geek Fam is really shutting down the map. They are playing quite well. They have gotten a lot more control out. They have given so much space to Raven to get so big that he is definitely giving it back. He's working towards that Scotty, and with the added effects of the Scotty, you're losing a lot of that regen on the Alk once that's up. And it will be up soon. Like, Raven's farming pace is pretty darn good.
You'd almost love to see someone get the vessel as well, just to really give it to the Alchemist. Like, Scotty plus vessel, that would be really devastating. They aren't doing that though. Like, Zephyr is going to go for the grab he's offering.
Radiant's middle tower is
He's also pretty nice. Perhaps they just don't feel like they need the vessel. Perhaps it's just pointless. Like,
I mean,
we can take care of Mac without it.
they have been taking care of Mac without it anyway. So I can see the logic in just kind of letting that be. There is a smoke from a droid. They might be in a good position here. Maybe?
They do get up the high ground. Cuckoo gonna get swashbuckled. The glimpse on Bot, but he got the wrong thunder off. Now to chase and find somebody, and Raven would be the best target possible. But, no, they back out. Cuckoo now, he's going to chase forward. He wants to find somebody to pick off. He doesn't have a blink, but you could really depend on Zephyr here to get the shards off. As he sees Mac, he won't get the shards he wants. Carl's just going to go ahead and take a dominated creep and get himself 200 gold.
What did you just watch? Was this like, did everyone just decide to go for a short marathon? Just a bit of a jog?
Carl has found Boomy, again trying to go after a bounty rune. Glimpse back from Whiteman. It's very hard to kill off Boomy with untouchable.
It's a process.
Carl does not give up.
Oh,
he met some. Carl does get it eventually. That's why you never give up, kids. Keep chasing.
it takes a while. They find a kill. A droid with a wasted smoke, wasted shapeshift. are going to have to find a different way to find those kills on the map. Right? This is going to mean that an objective is probably going to be taken here by Geek Fam.
Caught in a storm, Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge.
And Raven taking a T2. Mac trying to go after an AC. Does have a nice orb of destruction. That's always good. Top lane also being pushed in by Natsumi. He's applying pressure. He won't be able to finish off the tier 2 tower, but it should be denied anyway. It's going regardless. You would have liked the goal. Raven, he won't even deny it. He'll just leave it.
Yeah, just might as well have that up there, right? Like, I don't think, well, you know, it's always nice to get the deny off, but he'll probably come back for it. There's not much control from a droid, so it's very risky for them to get into that area of the map. And Geek Fam now with a 3k lead. It just feels like they have everything they want. Like, a droid are still constantly pouring in all their resources towards Mac. So they are still trying to make this alchemist work. I'm not sure at what point that really shouldn't be the case anymore. Like, he's just way too far behind as an alchemist. This is probably the time where you try to maybe redistribute that farm, maybe give Natsumi a lot more to play with, and then he might be able to take these objectives a lot safer.
But if you don't invest in the up, what do you invest in? Like, Natsumi is great and all, but even the Lycan drops off.
Yeah, it's just a challenging situation all around for a droid. You've got the Scatty up now and Raven as well, so if he does join these fights and Max around, even Lycan, right? Like, he has pretty good regen coming in. That's not going to be there with a Scotty up.
Oh, they're popping Wolf for Raven. He has the Scotty right now. They're going to go after the Disruptor. It's a nice support pickoff, and they do take it. Natsumi going to continue chasing for more. They need everything they can get, but this is very risky to go for as Zephyr does avoid the rolling boulder, and Carl jumps in. I think he wanted that regen room, but this could be disastrous. He does get away before the sun hits. Booming out, being targeted by Raven. I think he's going to target someone else now, Raven. He'll go after that. Meanwhile, Natsumi does get drilled up during the false promise. This should confirm the kill, but they do disarm the LC. Still Natsumi definitely should just die, and does. The chase goes way too far. And Raven will get started on the Roshan with that meta. Disruptor will be back up in about a second. It feels like you have to fight this, but I don't know if you can. Carl will jump in, get started, but it lasts literally no time. And well, now you have Whiteman there with Static Storm still.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Mac and these acid sprays are slowing him down. I think it's speeding up the Roche.
Yeah, Roche gonna go down. They do also find Zephyr at least, who did snowball in, but now they do go after Bok on the Pangolier. Static Storm doesn't really connect on anything. Meanwhile, Boomy does find 2 kills. This looks okay for the side of the drone. They also get the Aegis tonight. There's no meta on the TV, so this could be dangerous for Ravens. He can't really help his team out. He'll try to man fight now with the Sunder. Going back. Max still taking a lot of damage down the feet. To attack. He needs to get out. He'll pop his big heavy and man off. Max throws a stun, but he does go down. Now they take some more. Duel is back up by Cuckoo. Buyback comes out from the Oracle. CML. I'm not sure if the buyback is really worthwhile. I guess he did have false promise, so maybe they find Cuckoo. Cuckoo's just very tanky though. Clumsy net gonna be there. Still trying to run. Does end up going down. Zephyr snowballs in. They really want to stop him from getting these bounty runes, it seems. And they get him regardless. Zephyr gonna give another giveaway on this. Carl helps out. He does pop his runes, tries to go in with the bottle. He does eventually get CMO. That's a tie back on the Oracle. Now Bob's gonna be chased down and does get Gibbs back. And it's just a messy team fight overall, but it's working out in the favor of Geek Fam Pack Boomy. Look at Carl, he just mans up. Hit me.
Oh man, Geek Fam just starting to tease a droid a bit here.
Spirit. He's going to get dueled a little bit too much for him to handle as bait take him out with ease. Good rotations overall. But this will open up to the Tide
They
Hunter.
brought 5 heroes to kill one guy. It's at least the Ember, but they used Lasso, Duel, and 5 heroes here. If they don't get this bottom tower, I don't think they're... But it looks like that will definitely be the case with all the skeletons being used.
And looks like it will be a trade. Flame Break is there. Inkswell to follow. Will he be surrounded by LeBron's little babies? The Roland is there, but it's so many sticky napalm stacks that Dendi is able to... Ooh, he actually finds a stack of Ancients. It'll take a while to do, so he will probably not be able to do this alone, at least not yet.
If they can redirect the Wraith King skeletons up there, they might be able to take that stuff.
Oh, A Blast does not connect on the top line, but looks like it's still in a lot of trouble because Urgon is here next to his baby watermelon fellow. And again, finding kills left, right, center. I don't know. I'm all over the place. Don't listen to me. Pretend I'm not here, Sinner. As you already do.
What was
Continue.
the thing Kyle was saying on the panel? You're saying stuff just for the sake of it, right?
Yep. That's I'd make a good politician as a result, right?
Yes, absolutely. No, you need to specifically not know something.
Oh, yeah, that's
You need to not know what you're talking about. You partially know what you're talking about.
I'm
So I
sure
don't
we
think
can
you're
cleanse
qualified.
ourselves. Argon, he's going to get something from the Ixwell. Looks like the A Blast will connect on Sitamahe, which I will call him that the rest of the game, Cinderin. Is there, but well, by the way, what do you think about this this Wraith King type skill build that Arteezy started? I actually saw the Wraith Fire Blast a little bit earlier than typically you just max out both passes, right? I guess technically.
Yeah, I think it's the best build almost always on Wraith King to get 144. Sometimes 044 is the best. I still think value poking stun in a lot of lanes does quite a bit of work, but yeah, I'm not mad at the max Vampiric or into Mortal Strength. It's way better farming.
To me, as Tide Hunter is getting chased right now, the lasso is there. Into the fire he goes. He's going to get the Ravage off onto 2 plus a bunch of wolves. Call it a strike if you will. Emergent is here as well. Let's see, Ghostek even wants to use his duel. Doesn't look like it. So they turn it around completely onto Dendi. Not able to take out that Tide Hunter. I was going to ask, what are your thoughts on Armlet versus an AA? I know that I have a pub mentality, Cinder, and very, very low IQ, if you will. Only like ancient divine status. But
I guess
why?
it's more forgivable on Wraith King because you have 2 lives, right? So even if you do pop to Ice Blast on the first life, you can at least use your Armlet fully on the second. So I would say, as far as, well, basically every hero in the game goes, I think this is the most forgivable one to go Armlet against AA on. The kind of hero you really don't want to do it with is something like Huskar, unless you're guaranteed to age it.
So greedy and didn't even get the tower. Just feeds his life away in the top lane. Troll Warlord.
Whoops.
That is a second death to his name. He actually didn't even have Diffusal. It was coming to him on a courier, I believe. That's a little bit surprising. So not farming nearly as well this time. I guess he is still top net worth now that I say that. So forget that.
Yeah, he's not going Fury. So was that the Diffusal done?
Yeah.
It is, right? Yeah, okay. So I think there's a really strong timing for Team Spirit right now, where as soon as Ravage comes online in 1 minute, and with this Troll Diffusal, you can run at the enemy team, and all you really need to be careful of is not letting Batrider get a free fight. I think the rest of the Dire lineup struggle a lot dealing with Tide right now, as well as the Troll Diffusal. It's a serious... Oh, mid lane, Dendi's in trouble.
Oh my god, Dendi. Oh god, destroyed. Every combo is there. I was gonna mention that Dendi did get a pretty good, I mean, Faded Brooch I think is maybe the best neutral item for
it's really good,
tier 1. Especially on Batrider. Not only the mana, but the Musu more importantly. But he dies right after, so I shouldn't have said anything.
Well, this is the problem against the Ember, right? We covered this earlier, that you're a hero that's so dependent on free mobility. You fly through the mid wave to try to push it out. You get slide chained into Earth Spirit Roll and Ice Blast, and you die.
Yeah.
I love that he's going BKB here. I actually think it's necessary on the bat to do that this game, to be able to play aggressively. It's an item build that has been becoming a lot more popular in the last few months, where bats will get BKB as like their first or second big item. For that fighting ability. In the past, it was almost always either Blink, Force Staff, or travels into Blink, or travels into some sort of auras. But I like the BKB a lot here. I think it has to pay off. He's the In my opinion, if Bait win this game, it's because Dendi pops off when he gets this item and gives them some insane fights. So it was that or a pipe, and they do not seem to want to go pipe. Or maybe Chen's getting the pipe. Does he have it, actually? He has it. All right. That's a big item.
Bait have smoked up. Immersion is going to tank the gank, as it were. Oh, will he, though? He gets silenced in the middle of his roll. Looks like he's going to be stuck in the middle of all the damage. And AA Blast does connect, but the duel will be more than enough to take him out. Dendi very low. AA Blast is not quite in threshold, I do believe. Soulbind onto 2. Ghostic. Looks like he's going down to the right clicks of the troll, and the Ravage does connect onto 2. Excalibur has come to play, has his armlet activated. Will get stunned up. He has all his Skelly buddies here. Troll Warlord does have his own chain. Silence and stunned repeatedly. So they take him out in quick succession, and now it looks like Team Spirit is on the run. Dendi still has that lasso. Will bring back Ember Spirit into the fray. Do they have enough to actually lock him down after the fact, though? Gets the Searing Chains up along with his remnants. Tidehunter might have to be the sacrifice here. The AA Blast again coming in, and the rolling from AA, they're going to turn around again, but Wraith King comes back with his reincarnation, and that should win this fight pretty handily for Bait.
Yeah, that was such a key timing on the pipe.
Misha's down as well. Another duel, second duel in this fight. Aye. That was a long one.
Many things going really well for Bait here. The pipe timing on Chen was huge. They did an awesome stun chain on the troll. He never got ulti off. He got silenced by the Grimstroke into Centaur Stomp, into Golem stuns, into death. So the troll had almost no impact in this fight. And then they mitigated so much damage because of that fresh pipe plus Hand of God. So perfect timing for Bait. I think this is the best play they've made all series so far. Just really understanding how strong they are and what to do in the fight. And it's tempting for Grimstroke to save his silence for the Tide, right? But I think the Ravage was already used. So the play of putting it on Troll is very obvious at that point. And just preventing him from getting that trance off. Nicely done.
Thoughts on Boots of Travel on Tidehunter to go along with the Vlads?
Don't know what I feel about this.
So the Ravage was on 2 here. It wasn't a bad Ravage, but he had to walk in, obviously, so it's a little bit more awkward. If he had a blink, in theory, would have been a much better initiation.
Yeah, I think he was forced to do it to save an ally, right? He did it to catch and save at the same time, I believe. Somebody was low there, if I remember correctly. So it was kind of a multi-purpose one. Nice blast.
And he's going to get diffused. He's going to get the lasso off onto Troll Warlord, though. The jump in from Immersion. Looks like the Grimstroke will die on the backside here as Dendi is going to be the focus for Team Spirit. And nice stomp again from the Chen, keeping things close here for Bait, but Dendi will fall regardless. It's a double kill for Urgon on the Ember, who now has the Yule Scepter to go along with his Ring of Aquila, which he did not purchase. He found that in the jungle, believe it or not.
Unbelievable.
If you had told me about the concept of neutral items a year ago, I would have said you have the worst... It would have been like equivalent to a Slack's Ags, which is also in the game in the form of the Lycan Bite. So, yeah, there's that.
Anybody
around as a roach
to the game.
That's right. Raving lunatic.
I'm thinking about this travel on Tide. I think he just feels like he wants to be able to constantly stay on top of the right heroes in the fights. When you have travels on Tide of 430 move speed, you can always be on top of Wraith King. You can always be on top of that Legion for anchor smashes. And it's indirectly, it's a good farming item as well for him, right? He can run to waves, push them out quickly with anchor, and travel to his team. So it's not bad. I'm just thinking, like, what was the alternative he could have bought that could have a high impact here? I think a lot of players in this game would buy Pipe after the Vlads. It's great against Grimstroke, Legion, and Bat. I actually think the majority of players would do that, but different plan here from Spirit.
No, the Aegis is now on top of Dirac. Troll Warlord, of course. Going towards a BKB, so have to expect him most likely to wait to finish that before fighting with that Aegis. At least history tells us anything. That is typically what has happened. Spear Vessel is being built now on Urgon. Of course, this is the new Spear Vessel, which we talked about earlier today, since I haven't gone to bed yet, Syndrome, but yesterday for you. Has an aura mechanic now, but overall, in most cases, is weaker than before. But still a cool change. I like the change quite a bit. bait has smoked up here, but not finding anybody initially.
Yeah, this Vessel against... It's nice to have the aura against Wraith King all the time. He's very lifesteal based, but the active... This is the kind of game where maybe the new one could be argued to be better because there's, you know, there's a dispel on the enemy team from the Legion Commander to take off the active part of the Vessel, and Wraith King himself might buy a counter as well later. So possibly just the aura part will be nice. I'm surprised he's buying it. I thought Ergon was going to go a different path here. Maybe get Ags or Shiva, something like that.
Oh, go sick. Press the attack. Oh, he blinks in. Reveal of the blink, but it was a little too short. And now Tidehunter. We feel very confident with those Vlads.
Close to Solar Crest.
Now has Medallion. Yep, Solar Crest will be big. Troll Warlord will hit like a truck. Troll Warlord does have BKB. Wait, did he buy the Ogre Axe or is this...
yeah, he has BKB in 10 gold.
So with the Ogre Axe, we'll have it. And we'll actually be going Abyssal next. I love Abyssal on this hero. It just feels so strong. So we're going to see the duel now onto an illusion. He gets it! Unfortunately, it doesn't come with any damage, though. Ghost Stick, level 25. Not enough for your spidey senses to be tingling this time. We'll be going Blade Mail, of course. It's funny that Blade Mail is still picked up on pretty much every hero that built it consistently for like the Axes of the world, Legion Commanders, even though it's so much worse than before, Cinderin. Makes me sad deep down inside. That patch really hurt Blade Mail.
Well, lately though, it has become a lot more popular again because of the damage increase it got in 725, I want to say. And the reduced cost on to a drop by 200 price as a result of the broadsword going from 1200 to 1k. So definitely it got some love lately, and now it has got an int nerf this patch, -2 int.
Oh no, not that. Anything but my int.
Yeah, a way of probably combating the fact that all these int cores were starting to buy it almost regardless of game. Now it gives a little bit less in their primary stat. I think it's still a good item on heroes like Queen of Pain, Furion, these kind of heroes. But slightly worse at least. Chen losing his entire army bottom to Ember. It's gotta feel really bad.
Yep. Satyr is the last to survive, but not for long. Sad days, and he's gonna tip LeBron. In games, does this actually tilt people doing that? Do you think?
I mean, I can't speak for everybody. I don't think it matters that much. I think it's maybe a little bit overrated, but it can give an edge against some players, of course.
Cinder, the correct answer is it tilts almost everyone but you. I don't think you've ever been tilted in a game of Dota. That's pretty sure.
Yeah, that's true. I'm very stable.
Yeah. When you tip someone, they think it's sarcastic, but they know it's a real tip. You really enjoyed playing with them.
If you ask No-Tail, he will definitely tell you, by all means, if you outplay an opponent or they make a mistake, you should tip them, because why not? It's in the game and it's an advantage for you. If you even influence them a little bit, why not do it?
Exactly.
I mean, that's a fair point. I'm just saying most people
Excalibur has the Radiance right now, the silence under the Tidehunter. Troll Warlord, of course. Aegis, they're gonna bring him back with the lasso in front of the tier 1
tower.
My, he got ult actually. My goodness. He's gonna live for now. He's gonna lifesteal off to some creeps. Another Satyr biting the dust. And he's back to half HP just like that. And with that, they're just gonna combine forces into one. The Aegis has been consumed though. They probably will take this tier 1 tower anyway. I was actually a little bit surprised that he did pop his ult because the Aegis was expiring soon anyway. But didn't matter in the end.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Have you ever seen Troll Warlord Ags in a competitive game? Like off of Roche or something?
I don't think so. I don't even think I've seen the off of Roche. Maybe one game. Maybe one game.
So everyone talks about how it's so bad because you would never want to cast it on an enemy or an ally or whatever the case may be, but it cuts the cooldown in half. It's not that bad if you just use it normally. I believe it's 35 seconds, or maybe or 45, I guess, is half.
45.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Cinderin. Next meta. Oh, we're gonna have a duel now. Looks like Ember Spirit will be the one to go down. Unfortunately,
so
Gothic
close.
does not get the duel damage. He has 40 at the moment. I think they continue to fight here. Troll Warlord will continue the pressure. Pops the BKB, gets the root. Looks like Chen will bite the dust with the 1-for-1 with the soul to 2, but no, as of yet, Excalibur does not have Wraith. I'm not able to really double up on any spells. Lasso is there onto the Ember Spirit. Buyback onto the Ember Spirit. We'll see if Bait will attempt to get out of dodge. Ravage is still online. Excalibur, of course, still has reincarnation. They want to get rid of that first life first, and they will do so.
They want to get rid of the second life second.
Yes, second life second is coming. Cinder, very well said, very eloquent as always. And they will get him easily, in fact. But it did cost a buyback on Orgun, of course. They're going to attempt to go onto the top of the Dendi Bat Rider. Emergent. A little bit of miscalculation there. But again, it's going to find these kills. So a really good buyback in the end for Urgon. Now they can just take out this tower. And even a full Rax, there's no buyback for Bait on both Excalibur and Dendi.
Durasha will have BKB and Battle Trance again when these heroes respawn. That's two sides. I don't can even stop them at this point. Maybe they can't even make them go back to base until it's over. There's no big cooldowns on the raid. And 20 seconds on Earth Spirit, and they've got the whole tank ready again. And they've no side lanes to worry about. No problems. Just keep Durasha alive.
Wraith King back in 3. They might just back after this tower just to play a little bit safer. Okay, they tease us all by leaving it alive with 35 HP.
I think they might push in again. Just regenerating here with the salve as well as some Vlads, and then they could go high ground once more. Or they can take it easy. Like, both things are fine, honestly. They don't have to go. And they might not realize just how strong they are relative to the enemy team. So I'm fine with the better safe than sorry mentality in a situation like this. I do think they maybe could have even ended the game.
Urgon has 1 charge on his Spirit Vessel right now. Looks like he's going towards an Aghanim Scepter, which is a top 5 Ags in the game.
Oh, Dendi.
It's your one, right? He is chained up for now. Okay, pops the BKB. Is extremely fast. But that was his 8-second BKB. So they know it's down for the foreseeable future. As we now have some tier 3 items coming into the fray.
Team Spirit want to go to Roche.
This would be a big steal, but this is the take.
Oh, they're actually not going there. Bait might just get it.
Actually going to boots of travel on top of Roshan as well. It's already at half health. Tidehunter has Ravage.
Gets the idea
walking in. He sees them. See if they can actually get this Roshan. It's at half HP. Oh my god, Dendi's getting destroyed. Actually dies right off the bat. The first one. Soulbind onto 2. Blade Mail is activated. The duel as well. It's onto 2 heroes. He's going to get 1. Excalibur still has reincarnation with that Radiance doing that burn damage, but looks like Legion Commander's like a big Ravage onto 3. That is the first life for Excalibur, and as Cinderin the Great said, the second life is second. Double kill for Durasha. As Tamaha will get out of dodge, Cinderin just fine. As now Roshan's a freebie for Team Spirit.
They're probably going to chill a bit here and wait for Ravage to come online again. I think the safe play for Radiant right now is wait for the next Ravage and then go and push high ground. Maybe they're going to try beforehand, or Afterlife is just pushing the waves in. Doesn't look like they're trying to group up and get the job done now.
They're pretty close to Shiva's on Tide, so that will pretty much align relatively closely to that cooldown anyway. Aegis is on Earth Spirit, so the Troll is actually going for Rax right now by himself.
They are just going to go in.
Okay. Without the help of Ember Spirit right now, but it's a freebie, so why not?
I didn't think they would be able to get here and get it done this fast before the enemy heroes respawned, but quick movement. They were able to, so nicely done. And yeah, you can sit around here for a minute until you have Ravage if you want, or if you're really confident, you can just try to take the fight regardless. The safe play here, if this is a TI game, Team Spirit wait for the next Ravage, probably. But just for that, you know, in complete safety. But this is not TI. So
always play it safe, Cinderin? Are you conservative? Is this how you would play?
It's always, how to say, you always look at the risk reward, right? There's nothing wrong with taking chances. If you always play safe, you're losing a lot of games that you should be winning. Sometimes you need to take risks, but in this game you don't need to take a risk anymore, right? You're just so much stronger.
Bait taking a risk on that Roshan I thought was a really good play.
I love that they went for it.
The Soulbind AA Blast coming in, and LC absolutely melts. And the rest of Bait will likely follow. They get the lasso. I just realized they didn't get a lasso Soulbind the entire game onto 2 heroes. That is really unfortunate. That's a pretty big combo. Urgon has the DD, Yules himself, and the rest of Bait can only watch in horror as their racks are about to get destroyed by Duraccio. Of course, he has the Orb of Destruction as well, so the extra minus armor will help him. There's the Ravage. Will hit onto 3 as the ult. The bat will likely just finish the game right now. Buybacks galore, and Bait really don't have much to hold on to here. As Dendi taken out in quick succession. And there's the third best taunt in the game, Synderen being used to full effect. GG's are out finally, as Bait loses 0-2 to Team Spirit.
Yeah. I think, looking back at the series, there are a couple good moments for Bait in this game where I thought they played fights pretty well, especially the Chen Pipe reveal. I'm not too big of a fan of how they strategized in these 2 games, and if you do strategize like this with Chen Wraith King, I think you have to put more pressure. You can't just give this space, and it's easier said than done. That's the problem. If your laning stage doesn't go awesome, putting the amount of pressure you need is difficult. But they had to get towers quicker, try to snowball the game with Wraith King ulti available instead of farming creeps and then pushing it. But yeah, Spirit's draft solid, play solid, and convincing win.